particular time thought I was scared of him, that I was afraid. So he said, Floyd don't want to fight me. I'm willing to meet him at 152 pounds or 152 and a half. And me,
gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
Roy Jones Jr. against Andre Ward, Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather at 47.
Floyd Mayweather has answered Crawford for saying he is better than him, which has made the chance of their fight even stronger. Floyd said Crawford beating Canelo was a big achievement, but that does not mean he is greater than someone who ended his career unbeaten with a 50-0 record. Floyd also explained that he has always been very careful when comparing fighters. He added that even before this match he had shown respect to Crawford by calling him one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today.
In a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah, not at all. That's one of my favorites.
The situation has now changed because the talk has moved from simple respect to a possible challenge, especially after Canelo spoke in his post-fight press conference. Canelo, who is the only fighter to face both men, openly said that he believes Crawford is far better than Floyd Mayweather. That single statement caused major debate because no one understands Canelo experience in the ring better than Canelo himself.
I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd and a lot of people saying Floyd is great, but does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, nobody will ever.
Crawford value has never been this high as he moved up 2 weight divisions and defeated Canelo, who for more than 10 years was viewed as nearly unbeatable above 160. That victory placed Crawford in a completely different historical category. Fans are no longer debating whether he is the best fighter of this era. They are now questioning if he is the greatest male boxer of this entire century. At this moment, the only name that belongs in the same discussion is Floyd Mayweather. That is exactly why the idea of a Mayweather versus Crawford fight is so exciting.
Yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. is nice out with Terence Crawford.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Stephen A. Smith shared his view shortly after, and while he did not fully agree with Canelo, he did make a fair comparison. Speaking on ESPN, Stephen A. said he would not go as far as saying Crawford is better and described Floyd Mayweather as a defensive genius. He explained that once Floyd moved up to welterweight, his hands were often injured, so he understood that knockouts would be rare for him. Even so, Floyd continued to step into the ring and deliver brilliant performances because his skill level and defense were far above others. Stephen A. then pointed out the main difference between the two. He said that in Crawford's fight we saw him get hit a few times, while with Floyd that almost never happened because opponents simply could not touch him, and that is what separates them.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? It's just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy.
This contrast between Crawford's toughness and response under fire and Mayweather's skill of avoiding punches completely has become the heart of the discussion. Some fans support Canelo's view because defeating larger opponents the way Crawford did appears bold and fearless. Other fans agree more with Stephen A.'s argument, believing that true greatness is not only about who you defeat but also about how little punishment you absorb throughout your career.
I gotta give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand.
Ryan Garcia has joined the discussion with a very different perspective. On Ring Magazine's Inside the Ring show, he delivered one of the toughest critiques of Floyd from a current fighter. Garcia said Floyd negatively changed boxing. He claimed he is the best at knowing when to take fights. According to him, Mayweather always picked opponents who were either past their best or not fully developed yet. He never faced anyone truly at their peak. So in Garcia's view, Floyd changed the sport in the worst way possible.
I fought a lot of people, but
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you at 36. That's not your prime.
did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so and that's why Canelo was saying what he's saying.
But I mean,
Want to make himself look like he did.
Garcia does not deny that Floyd is a business genius. He even calls him the best at creating huge fights. But he sees that as a downside as well. Because Floyd carefully timed every match. For Garcia, Mayweather's focus on avoiding risk created a culture where keeping an undefeated record mattered more than taking on the toughest challengers. Garcia said that he, Tank, Canelo, and Crawford are trying to undo Mayweather's influence, pointing to his own fight with Gervonta Tank Davis in 2023, which he lost by knockout, as an example of his willingness to take real risks.
The wars.
100%. Crawford is a young gun trying to prove himself, in my opinion.
Garcia's comments hit a nerve because they highlight a generational gap. Mayweather's time focused as much on business and strategy as on skill. Crawford's era, at least in perception, celebrates taking bold challenges. This clash is why people are so excited about the idea of Crawford versus Floyd. It's more than a fight, it's a battle of approaches. Opinions on Garcia's view are divided. Some experts defend Floyd, noting his record is full of Hall of Famers and that careful timing has always been part of boxing. Others agree with Garcia, saying Floyd's pursuit of perfection drained excitement from the sport.
Those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really.
Floyd has not directly responded to Garcia, but his record of 50 fights and 50 wins speaks for itself. Max Kellerman offered his usual detailed analysis. He said Floyd's resume is stronger than Crawford's and that he was faster with better defense. But Max also added an important point. Floyd carefully chose when to fight certain opponents, especially after leaving lightweight. Even though his record has bigger names, people still remember that he avoided some fighters at certain times.
Thought about going for 51-0, beating Mayweather's record with 50-0. Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Kellerman contrasted that with Crawford's approach. Despite having a thinner resume in some areas, Crawford has always been willing to face anyone. That commitment matters to fans. He even made a historical comparison, saying Crawford's current presence reminds him of Sugar Ray Robinson, widely regarded as one of the greatest ever. Crawford is building a legacy not just through his record, but in a way similar to Robinson, Max explained.
Remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
Kellerman also offered a caution. He noted that Roy Jones Jr. once inspired the same kind of respect after defeating John Ruiz, but later losses damaged that image. If Roy had retired then, his aura would have stayed intact. Max said Crawford's career is still unfolding, but after defeating Canelo, he has already created the impression that he can beat anyone.
Canelo fight and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. Everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better.
The boxing world is clearly split. Some fans on social media pointed out that Floyd stayed away from Manny Pacquiao during much of Pacquiao's prime, while others countered that Pacquiao initially refused the fight over a blood testing disagreement. These debates show just how divisive Mayweather's legacy is, even as Crawford works on creating his own.
He's the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over, 140 pounds, 147.
Meanwhile, Floyd has not hesitated to acknowledge that Crawford deserves praise, but he believes it's too soon to compare him to himself. Even before defeating Canelo, Floyd said he would like to work with Crawford and potentially sign him to Mayweather Promotions. He also ranked Crawford as the current pound-for-pound #1, showing his respect. Now, with Canelo calling Crawford the better fighter and Crawford openly aiming to surpass Floyd, the idea of a fight feels more possible than ever. All of this is fueling the conversation that could turn this dream matchup into reality.
You know what I mean? And, you know, in competitive guys, next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. You know, it's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie.
Even though Floyd has not officially announced anything, his replies to Crawford and his defense of his legacy suggest he might not be finished with fighting. Considering his history of choosing high-profile fights and Crawford's current rise, the idea of Mayweather versus Crawford feels like a matchup fans could really see happening. Alright everyone, stay tuned for all the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Make sure to check out our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.